Yeah, everybody, it's your girl Babbzy in the building. You know 246-416, all these area codes. Go and Google them. You understand? I here with my boy Bajan Far Right, Adrian Green. We in the boiler room. This is a H2P media production. You understand? We gone from about here.
The thing really is when you look at what happened on Spring Garden, this shit called them. I can't really come to mere mind of what somebody be thinking to go down there and shoot 15 people. Much less when you hear the youth get shoot, like get grazed by a bullet.
Well, Farah, you hear the talk, don't you hear the men talk, don't you hear the way people talk about, but I would shoot you and do jail and don't even care.
Yeah.
But you hear that talk, but then when you actually see it, then it's like, yo, to me, I already know these kind of things happen because they tell people ain't gonna take long before some school child take up a gun and carry a school a gun and open fire at school. I ain't praying for that to happen, but I know in my heart that that's saying that gonna happen in Babbzy because we got children that just believe that, look, the only way to be good is to be bad.
Well, again, and that comes from your mother and your father trolling me on Facebook when they're supposed to be sitting with their child, building them emotionally, spiritually. They're on Facebook saying that I'm gay and Kevin is like, the problem is they're neglected. So these children are going to get to the point where they start picking up guns and shooting people because there's nobody paying attention to them. Like I'm not a success story by fluke. My dad is militant. My dad used to teach at Sela in St. Lucie, and he was always the man that if you don't know what you're talking about, hush your mouth. If you left here and do this to so and so and get locked up, don't call me. You know what I mean? He every single day. Let me tell you a joke. I was 6 years old, you know. I came home and I'm like, Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down in Brooks' crown and Jill came tumbling after. My dad's like, what you say? What's that? What? He's like, say that to me again. And I repeat it. So he's like, who you is in this story here? You is Jack or you is Jill? So I'm like, I'm Jill. I'm the girl. He's like, so you gonna roll down the hill behind a man? Because a man tumbling down the hill, you gonna roll down behind he? And I was like, dog, I'm 6. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, in my mind, like, and my dad was like, let me tell what gonna happen. Jack gonna roll down the hill. He parents gonna cry on the 8 o'clock news. You gonna bring your tail home. You ain't rolling. Like, he was like that. Like, it was like, what green eggs and ham? Wait, if you eggs green, you got problems, put on that book, stop reading that there, yeah. Like, he never let things get in my mind and, you know, confuse me. He was always like, you not rolling down no hill behind Jack. Don't talk them things. Like, why you repeating that? Calling them crosses on your life. But I understand my dad now. And as an adult, I'm like, this is why I'm a successful person. This is how I got out of the ghetto. This is how I got educated and stayed on the path. And this is how I stay consistent as a blogger. And no matter what nobody say, they can't derail me because every single day my mom and my dad tell me I'm great. My dad just pick up the phone on a random day now. He'd be like, how you doing? I'm like, yeah, good. Man, I see the video. You great, you know. You see how DJ Khaled does deal with his son?
Yeah, you get your own page and all that.
Follow DJ Khaled and see. Every single day he tells that boy, I love you, Asad. You are a Don. You going to be great. That's how my mother and father talk to me every single day of my life. I'm going to be 38 on Tuesday.
A lot of people did not or do not have that.
So that's what I'm saying. And that is where the infiltration is coming in.
It's true. But the thing with it is too, right? A lot, even though some youths, right? There's the waywardness of life. And a lot of people don't teach their children to be what we call leaders. A lot of people just teach the children to get and follow the strongest body in the group, and yeah, you be all right. You understand? When you look at a lot of youths nowadays, a lot of them ain't got that mindset to be leaders. They hold the loss in the thought process, big man. But I see youths, enough of these youths that dying out here, a lot of them ain't got the boy to look up to the civil like, yo, this boy can tell them something that can make them think like, yo, when they laugh at me. I stand up daily and hear youths talking. And when I hear them talking, I be like, how you filter through this shit that how you always filter all this shit? Like these youths into this mumble rap no that they got. Serious note. You hear the men talking about these men from Chicago and talking about this, they got something that is drink no one thing like that here.
Yeah.
Youths about here popping
Codeine.
pills and all kind of thing and getting hype and doing beer shit and when you wake up in the morning find out look you sober up and realize that yeah boy you got a body pan your hand that you don't even know in your normal state of mind that thing can happen. It's too late. But they go away capturing them before they get to that stage. But it seems to somehow that people forget that part. You see when them go in school and feel a teacher now supposed to take on the role of a parent. A teacher can't do that. I mean, you got to look at classrooms on this.
The teacher has to though.
He has to.
This,
but how much youths can sit down and listen to them? How much youths can sit down and listen to them afterward and don't even listen to the mother and the father?
Here's the problem with teachers, though. Yes, there are wonderful teachers out here, and they do an amazing job. I had some of them, David Watkins, Brian Shreve. These were the first black teachers I had. And Mr. Watkins went against the system in Canada and started to introduce this Rosa Parks thing to us in grade 7. That wasn't on the curriculum. But he was an American teacher that came into Canada, and he was very, very young when I was in grade 7. And I was, you're 12 in grade 7? He would have been about maybe 23, just out of teachers college. And he was a radical, But then now you have teachers who went into teaching because of the pension and because of other things, and they thought that they would have gotten big money, and they don't even like children. You know what I mean? The same way you would have people who come into blogging who don't care nothing about the people. They want AdSense from Google. So there's a lot of people out here doing things that they generally don't want to do. But teachers are one of them. They don't like children. They're going through a divorce at home. The husband got the secretary. And then they got to come to school the next day and deal with people's children who
badass kids.
Who probably their child might not have even seen their mother since the day before because the mother ain't home in the morning because she outside that married man, the married man woman gone to St. Kitts to do work. So she gone up there, left she child. Like if you know,
or the mother going to work at a bakery and had to work in the shift.
Correct.
By the time she come
That's
home,
my
she trying
mom.
to get ready for school.
That's my
and
mom.
Going on, you don't even see your mother. So by the time you come home 3 o'clock, your mother already getting she rests.
That's
to
my
go.
mom.
So by the time she get up and
What
get,
Taurus Riley tell you, the system's set to keep the family separated.
that's it. You know what I
But then
mean?
the thing is, when you start to highlight these things that are put in place to hold you back, people telling you to shut up. Like, I'll tell you something. In Barbados, subconsciously, people don't realize this. Women are subconsciously thought to be nothing in Barbados.
People don't realize that.
They don't. Because they don't realize when you go to the gas station, the cashier is a woman. When you go in Chauffette, the cashier is a woman. You don't see men ringing up things in Barbados. Why? Because when women are out here, there's nobody in a leadership role to look to. Look how they fighting Mia Motley right now. If they don't like some of her ideologies, whatever, her sexuality has nothing to do with this. Because no other prime minister's sexuality has ever come into question. But because she's a woman, now it's to talk about who and what she does with her personal life. How is she going to run the nation? That's what we need to focus on. But because she's a woman, all these other things that have gone on in her personal life now become an issue. Nobody's questioning how much outside women Frondell have, right? But they're questioning me. So people don't realize those are the subconscious messages being sent out. Don't step out to be great, because we can pull out your business and dig you up. And every woman in entertainment, especially, I stand alone because these guys can't derail me. They haven't got no secrets for me. So when they have to toe-to-toe me now, and I'm like, no, Nitty Gritty died in 1991 because blah, 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 blah. They can't be like, girl, please, you was in the back of so-and-so's truck last week. They got to be like, well, boy, I better go and Google that stat. Because Babbzy say so. I'm not even considered female. This whole Babbzy's a man thing is because I'm genderless. I'm genderless. I'm genderless. If you talk to anybody in entertainment, oh, you want help with promotion for music? Link Babbzy. They don't be like, oh, they got this woman. They'll be like, link Babbzy.
Oh, so you have been elevated from woman's status?
I have no gender. Huh? So to me, when people call me a man, I'm like, they call Michelle Obama a man. They call Serena Williams a man. I'm in a good category because I don't want to be a whore and I don't want to be somebody that people are like, she ain't a buddy, she can't this and that. I would rather you call me a man than a whore. I would rather you call me a man than a bitch.
There was a female emperor in ancient Egypt called Hatshepsut. So most of the pharaohs are generally men. When she became pharaoh, she represented herself as a man. She would put on a false beard, have images done of her with a false beard and the men crown and everything, you know what I mean? Because oftentimes as a woman in a position of power, you are forced to represent yourself in a certain way in order to get respect.
That masculinity goes step
Right.
out.
So when you call me a man, I'm like, that means I'm a boss. Thank you.
But
I
the thing about
appreciate that
is,
compliment.
when you see the thing, when people sit down and make comments like that, like again, as deal with it, because people like, oh, you're a Rasta, and you book there cussing lock, and they say, so what part of the world you ever hear that Rastas doing cuss?
But
People
you-
pick some funny little things to pick out to see if you like real picky. Then it get real personal, like, oh, well, yeah, your family this and your family that, oh, yeah, you was an old thief. Me, ask anybody that know my blogs. I come all along. Let me tell you what I'm saying. When I don't want to come out later on, down the road, and tell me that, oh, I went jail for thieving. I don't want to know, no. I carry people things and back in people place, so what? Well, you can tell me 10 years from now, oh, well, yeah, before now, you was to know, go back and look at the video and say that I admit that a long time ago.
But
So
I
then
say the
that-
same thing. I
but
say
that's
I
the
just
thing.
beat men.
When
So
you
when
di-
people talk
but that's
about
the thing.
domestic
When you
abuse,
direct people say, you're
I
more
take
better.
up men.
There's got this thing that, right. You
I
understand?
don't do it now.
You
But I
understand?
have cuffed down a man in my past. I kicked down a man in the back in the road. But he hit me and I hit him back.
But that's
So
it.
when people talk to me about domestic abuse, I have a different opinion. I feel like, girl, you gonna come home and make your man cuff you both, take up an iron and hit he back, yeah? Like, I ain't gonna be like, don't call the police and be dead. Yo, take up an iron and hit that man. A woman in Belize did that, following me. She was getting beat by her man.
One of your fans in
Yeah,
Belize?
and she met a Bangladesh woman too. A woman in Bangladesh was being beaten by her husband and messaged me, and because she didn't know what a West Indian was, because she's seeing Indian, so she looking at me and she's like, "But she look African."
black.
So how
Look
was
at
she an
Indian
Indian?
ladies.
And she started following me. And one day I was like, "Listen, don't make nobody. That person's sperm and egg." That make them is the same sperm and egg that
Make
do
you.
not make nobody feel them more than you. Somebody put their hand on you, you drive back some licks in them. And she husband come home and hit she a day. And she take up, she brack up the man. And the man left her, you know. And in them religions, you just can't divorce and leave each other so. And she live in Spain. She rebuild her life. She dating. And she's like, but it's Bragadown Brax you saying, right? Like when you Wapax, but like she thinking that Beijing means to stand up and defend yourself. So that person talking about me and Hayden, I saved one woman life. I saved one more life than you ever save in yours. Because now this woman in Bangladesh beat she husband and she husband gone and she have a chance at life to be somebody. She going back to school, taking courses. A woman in Belize, same thing. I've had fans that dead. I have fans that I pull out from being beat by a man and they end up going back to the man. One of them get brain dead in Philadelphia and die about 3 years ago. I lived through enough things in this blogging thing and I
People don't
realized
know, yeah.
the biggest problems with people is that they are emotionally weak and they are trained to stay there. And then when they see somebody emotionally strong step out, they're trained to attack them. They're trained to pull them down. And when they can't get them pulled down, they're confused because they see everybody else being held back and pulled down. So they don't understand what Far Right make out of that make Far Right, despite the rumors of being deported and this and that, leaving Slam, all the things he'd been through to still get back out here and come out here. They don't know what that is because they were never given that as a child. They were never given that as a teenager, and they don't even know where to look for that now as an adult. So they look into alcohol and they look into all these things that will never give them that. And then the people that have it, they don't sit and watch them. They criticize them and try to pull them down. They need to say, let me call Farah and talk with this man and reason with him. Because he got some grit that I don't know nothing about and I want some of that. Let me call Adrian Green. Let me roll with he. They would rather see you and tell me like, Adrian, you're gonna hear he does, but you know, I hear something. Like, that's how they're trained to think. But they are not trained to look at who's winning. When I was a kid, my cousin had to get her jaw realigned in the very posh neighborhood in Toronto called Bridle Path. It's like the Hamptons. And I remember I was 4 years old driving through this neighborhood and I'm like, there's no black children out here playing. And I didn't really understand about black and white and these things, you know. But I realized there was no black children out there playing. And from then I said, what are these people doing that got them living in these big houses? How do these people think that got them in these big jobs? And those are the people I model after. Those are the people that I said, you know what, let me figure out how to do this my way. So this don't snitch and this and that, I blank out them things as a kid. And I listened to what the successful people were doing. How can you take advice about success from unsuccessful people? That's illogical. That makes no sense. Which is why a troll can't get to me. You cannot be busy. You cannot be progressive in life. You're trolling me. It is impossible that you have a job, an education, a life, a good, stable relationship, a strong family structure, and you've spent 9 hours on my fan page today cussing me. It is not logically possible that you are doing well in life. Impossible. Because successful people don't troll people they don't like.